Okay, everyone. I'm here on a call for a Turbo Chef oven that's down. I just wanted to share this with you. What we have is this unit had a short. You can see right here, this is a waveguide, and this waveguide arced inside. You can see the burn marks on it, like along the side. So it arced on the side and then against the top portion of it. So that's going to have to be replaced, and this magnetron right here, that's going to have to be replaced also. And what happened with that was, from this arcing, it caused this high volt transformer to also go bad. I'm going to try to let you take a look at that when I test it out. And then I'm just going to set up right now to change this out. I've already checked my 20 amp fuse and my 10 amp fuse, and there's two 10 amp fuses. The other one is further back right there. And then there's a 10 amp fuse right here, and then a 20 amp fuse. So I've already checked those, and those are good. These two relays right here, most times when this happens with a short, one of these or both of them will also go bad. They'll also blow too, but in this case, these two are good. They both look fine, and they tested okay. So I'll basically be replacing this waveguide, this magnetron, and this high volt transformer, and then powering it back up to see if we have everything working. So just stand by. I'm going to get set up, and then we'll get into it. I just want to show you here. I'm going to test out this. I'm going to test out this high volt transformer right here, just to show you. See if I can get a better angle on it. There we go. So again, what you want to do is you want to go to a ground, connect to the ground. One lead goes to ground. The other lead, you want to go to point number 4. And right now, let me see if I can show it to you. Put it back here. Right there, you can see it's like 33, 34 ohms. That's very low. That's letting me know that secondary side is bad, and also I could smell that it started burning. So you want to have, when you're checking from point number 4 to ground, you want to have between 55 to 65 ohms on that number 4 position. So I'll be coming back to in a few minutes just to replace this and replace the waveguide. I want to show you a few steps on replacing that waveguide also. So give me a few minutes to get set up for that, and we'll get it going. Okay, right now I'm removing the 2 wires on the top of the magnetron. And then I'm removing the 2 wires on the high limit. Set that to the side. Then right now I'm unscrewing the 2 screws that are holding the air vent. It's the vent for the fans to blow through. That's that air vent there. Now I'm going to remove the wave guide. This wave guide has a good amount of screws on it, so I'm going to see if I can get my drill set up and then undo all of that. And then there's also another nut that holds it on the inside of the the cook cavity area. So just stand by and let me get set up for that. Okay, so now I'm removing the screws for the wave guide. And now there you can really see how it arced out. See the damage to it right there? That's the damaged antenna, and then it arced out against the wave guide. So we will be replacing that. Now I'm going to go and take the rest of the screws off so we can remove this wave guide out.
I'm leaving now.
Oh, you're leaving, brother?
Nice to meet you after.
Okay, so everyone, I have this. I'm gonna remove these screws down here to remove this wave guide. But I wanted to let you know that they're a different size than the screws that hold the magnetron in. So I couldn't find my other socket to use my drill, but what I did was I set up an extension and a 3/8 socket right here, and then that'll remove these nuts to remove the wave guide. So you just want to take all of these screws have to come out, all these nuts have to come off, and then the wave guide will come off after that, but you're gonna have to release the nut that's inside of the oven, which I'll show you in a few minutes. Yeah, I'm getting there.
What are you doing over there anyway? That thing was working fine.
I'm getting there. I had to break it first.
You guys, our location, the training location.
Yes,
Man,
I had to break it down here so we could have a training session here today.
how long did it been down?
I don't know what Hassan said. I think he was saying it went down this morning. I believe he said it went down this morning.
That was quick for you to respond that quick.
Yeah, as I wasn't too far off. Was out in Baldwin Street.
Yep.
Just give me a moment. I'm going to show you where nut this nut is on the inside.
The beans, I don't have to take a picture of that.
Okay. For that, excuse me, for that nut on the inside, what I usually use is a 8mm socket to get in there. Let me show it to you. It's right here. This right here. So this is what's holding that waveguide in, along with those other, I believe it's 11 screws that hold it in all together. So you can just kind of get it loosened up, and just remember to be careful if you're doing this as the after the oven has been on for a while, because it's very hot. So it'll be very hot in here. So you just want to, remember that and give it some time to cool down, and then you can go in there and remove that. You can remove that nut. Okay. So now we should be able to remove this. Removing the waveguide. And this is the waveguide. You can kind of see the interior of it. See if I can. You can't really see the burn mark on the inside, but you can tell right here that it arced against the top portion here, and I can see it on the inside where it arced. I mean, it does happen from time to time. It doesn't happen a lot, but it does happen from time to time. So, and usually what I'll do, since I have the waveguide off, I'll go ahead and I'll replace this glass that's right here. This is the waveguide glass, or a waveguide window. So I will replace that also, and then at least it'll have a new glass on it. And this is the new waveguide that I'm going to put in.
Brother, how long it can take to repair the machines?
To have it back up, it'll probably take about 2 hours or so.
2 hours.
Yeah, about that. Yeah, I'm sorry for the interruptions, but they're wanting to know like how long the repair will take. I mean, in some cases, though, you would have uh, some technicians would take this oven and bring it to a shop or something like that. I mean, but I've been doing this for a while now, so it's really not too bad as long as you have the space to be able to get around the machine and stuff to just do it while you're on site. I mean, it helps, also cuts down on traveling back and forth, as I'm a little far out here at this location, so I don't really want to have to return back in. So we'll just finish it here on site. Here we go. The new window is in place. Now it has a little bracket that sits over it also. And now I'm going to go ahead and get the wave guide back in place. Just line it up with the holes there, and then I can get to this other nut that's inside of the cook cavity. I get there and then I try to get the nut started with my hand, and then I'll finish it off with the socket. And I'll let you see it once I get this in here. I'm just tightening that nut down. So right there, you can see that nut is in place. The new window is in place with the seal. So that's all set. That's all set up now. Okay, and this will be the new magnetron that I put in place. And that magnetron, if you've seen the other videos, you wanna point that antenna portion. You wanna point that down and kind of let it scoop into the holes. Scoops right into place there. Now I'm just gonna button down the magnetron with the 4 screws that hold the magnetron. And again, those are a different size than the screws that hold the wave guide in place. Now I'm going to go ahead and get my get the nuts in that hold in the wave guide. Get those all in place.
Hello.
But only this.
Sorry.
This. Oh, you can go and do the spray. This is Sonic on right? No problem.
And I just noticed something. I noticed that I didn't take the old high limit off of the old magnetron, so I just figure I'll mention that too. You want to make sure that you grab the old high limit off of the old magnetron and put it on the new one, because you can still use it. It's still good. So you just want to remember that, because you'll have to, those wires will have to be connected anyway. So eventually I would have figured it out. That's one thing that you may have heard. One of the staff member was asking if, like, how long it will take before the repair is done. I told him 2 hours. It might be sooner than that, but I just wanted to, it just made me think that you never want to rush through your jobs. Take your time. Don't rush, because when you rush, you miss things. And you don't, there's no need to rush, because it's down and you're there to get it back up and running. So they just have to bear with it until you get done. but we're almost there now. Give me a moment. I'm just going to get that high limit off of the other magnetron and then put it on there. Just going to move the camera for a minute just to show you. Here, I'm on the top side of the oven. This is that high limit I was talking about. You should always go ahead and take the one that's on the old one that you're replacing, take it off and put it on the new one. And then these are the wires. Just going to go ahead and put those in place now. And then here I wanted to show you on the magnetron. Some of you may remember I went over this, but these magnetrons have engraved in them. It's a FA. See the FA there? And then on this side is F. Your red wire always has to go to the FA side. And then your other wire will go to the F side. Now I noticed that these were switched. The white was on the FA and the red was on the F. So that may have been an issue, because if you look over here, can't see it that good, but look right. Oh, sorry. Look right on there. It should be engraved. There's F right there. And this side, it's FA. You can barely see it, but it's there. And they got the red. They do have it right on here. So someone may have came here before and replaced this, but they put the wires on the wrong terminal. So that will cause issues with it. I'm not saying that it caused this particular issue, but it's possible. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this transformer. This is the high voltage transformer. And we tested it. It was at 33 to 34 ohms, which is indicating that it's bad. So I'm going to go ahead and replace this. I have 2 screws to remove here, and then I'll replace that, and then we'll start getting this buttoned up and run a test on it. Okay, we're now set up to remove this high voltage transformer. I'm gonna try not to disturb the camera, so give me a moment here. I got the 2 screws out. You just have to lift up the front and then pull it out. I'm gonna put the new one in place now. And again, you're gonna go in with this one. With the new one, you're gonna go in with the back first. There's 2 slots back there that they'll slide into. Sorry about that. There you go. I'm going to get my 2 screws in place. Okay, now I want to get my wires in place here. I just want to see if they're marked. Sometimes, yes, this one is marked. This one's marked T2, 3. So this is in the correct position. I just always double check just to make sure this one is 2 and this one is 1. So those are correct. I just wanted to make sure that they had them in the right positions. Okay. So those 3 wires are in place. 1, 2, and 3. And you can see there's a little schematic up top here that's let you know which one is which. 1, 2, and 3, and then they have 4 right up top, just above the 2. So you can go by that also. And this is the number 4 wire right here, putting that on the terminal. And this wire, you trace it back, it comes right to the capacitor here, which I'm going to test out this capacitor just to make sure that's okay. And as you can see, it's all in line with where the magnetron arced. Okay, so the magnetron arced here, and that caused this to go back, draw amperage, and then it must have been a high amp draw that caused this to start overheating, and then it starts smoking, actually. So it's a good thing that they did call it in when they did. Now I'm just going to check this capacitor. On these capacitors, I go to my capacitor setting. Try and put it where you can see it here. And then we check across terminals 2 and 3. And I should get like 0.993 or 94, and we're getting 938. So that's not bad. That's not bad. So put these back in place. Now I'm gonna check this diode, and basically on the diode I'm just checking continuity. It actually should not show continuity in either direction. So what I do is I go to a ground. There is another longer test, but right now I don't really have the time to test it that way. There is a test that you would test this diode with a battery, with a 9-volt battery. And at some point I will put together a quick video on that, on how to test these with the 9-volt battery. But right now I'm getting an open line, which is good. And I have seen these where they were bad. The polarity changed on them, so I was getting a resistance reading in a certain direction. It was like these diodes are directional. So another thing that I'm checking also here is to make sure that they have this diode wired right. And then this will be a good chance to show you too. I may not be able to get a good angle on it, but there is a quick way that you could tell if it's wired right. Let me see if I can turn it. Give me a moment here. Yeah, I'm not getting a good angle on that, but basically it does have a diagram on the side of this to let you know which direction is ground, or which terminal is ground. And this terminal is ground, but I just wanted to let you know that you know how this terminal, let me see if I can grab my light. Give me a second here. This may be helpful, but you see that little hole on this terminal? See that hole right there? The hole on the ground is much bigger than the hole on the load terminal. So if you're ever confused about it or something, you can always look at it that way. Look to see which hole is larger, and then that'll be the terminal that you put your ground on. That's just a little tip. Hopefully that's helpful. I'm going to get these back on, and then we'll be ready to start this up, and we'll do an amp test on it.
There we go.
Okay. Right now I'm just getting the wire set up so that I could get in there good to do my amp draw test. This is the wire that you would do the amp draw test on. Just to show you that red wire there. You see right there, you see that little loop going through that sensor? That's measuring your amp draw. So that's where I'm going to take my amp draw reading from that wire. You just put your amp clamp around that red wire, and then you'll be able to take a good amp draw reading. So give me a second to get everything set up for that, and then we'll go ahead and start testing it out. Okay, I have everything back together. I put this support bar back on. You want to be sure that that's back on. Again, everything on the board as far as the relays and the fuses, those are all good. Tested those, and we got the new waveguide and the new magnetron on there. So now I'm going to test out the high voltage circuit. I have my amp clamp around the sensor wire there, and I'm in the test mode, and this is the magnetron test right here, and we're at about 17 amps, which is good. And that's perfect. I'm going to go ahead and release that clamp now, and we should be able to return them to service, and then I'll put the top on, and then I'll allow them to cook some items while I'm here. I'm going to go ahead and let it warm up now. So it's going to take a little while to warm up, and then once it heats up, then we can start cooking some items. But this is Turbo Chef repair. I know I've gone over these a couple of times with other videos, but I figured this one would be a nice one to go over with it being a magnetron that arced out. I thank you guys for listening. I'm gonna wrap it up here, and then put the top cover back on, and we should be all set. I appreciate you guys watching. I hope this helps, and we'll see you on the next job. Thanks.